been trying to catalog stamps, make myself a book of just them laid out so that I can go to it and get inspired.
Amazing. I love that. Hello, YouTube.
Been trying-
Hello, hello, hello. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about um, crafty glazes and things. So tomorrow in our Inky deep dive in our class, we're going to be creating all kinds of different glitter effects and no mess glitter and all those kinds of things. But before we get that deep into it, I want to show you some ideas with Alchemy Glaze and liquid glass. So let me change down to my desktop, which is here somewhere. Where's the other Alex in here? All right, so I grabbed a couple of stencils out. I've got some mixing cups, some paintbrushes, and the usual kind of suspects that we've been working with over here as well. And I'm going to be making some cool glazes and fun stuff like that. I actually did tidy the craft room today ahead of the retreat tomorrow. Everything's in buckets, but like there's a bucket for stencils, there's a bucket for stamps. So I'm hoping that I'm pretty much organized. So the difference between these two, so liquid glass is alcohol based. So if you put it over your dye inks, then it's not going to move really. I mean, there's a little bit of water in it, but it's predominantly alcohol. So as long as you're using a thinnish coat, it's not going to move any of your ink around. Alchemy Glaze is water-based, but we can do different techniques with it. So I'm going to make a couple of different pots here. So liquid glass, you're going to want to ideally tint with your alcohol inks. So I like doing this and adding a brown or a sepia or something like that. And you can also add some of that snow that I had yesterday and grab mine out. It's dimension builder. Okay, I thought I was organized. I don't know where my little powdered snow went. See, I thought I'd cleaned up so well. So you can also add to this the powdered snow or the snowdrift that we used yesterday and do the same technique and you make like a gritty um, paste. And the reason I like it is because it looks like sand. Or if you do it in white and you add the white alcohol ink, then all of a sudden you have a really cool snow and it's like a 3D texture snow and you can paint it on. So this turns this into a paint. It's going to dry semi-translucent. So by using alcohol inks, I'm going to just grab, so I'm just going to take bits of a stencil and kind of just paint these on. So I can tint this, paint it, lift it up, and I've got a really cool surface. If I paint this whole tag, and we will actually do this if you have any glazes or anything like that, you can practice it. We're going to try it when we get to alcohol inks, is we're going to actually create our own surfaces that we can use alcohol ink on after we've stamped. So I'm also going to add some of our liquid, this is like a snow powder, it's an iridescent powder. You can add it to your paste, you can add it to anything. But if I add it to my liquid glass, not only does the liquid glass color it, but it keeps the iridescence. So when it dries, it keeps all of the shimmer and shine. I think I have a finished one over here that I found earlier. Um, so that's what it's like to make the sepia. And then when it dries, you can see how it comes out. I just put some little streaky lines because I wanted texture in there. If you want to remove brush strokes, so say for instance, you're painting with these things and you're like, I want to remove brush strokes from it. What you want to do is add just a couple of drops of alcohol. So when you put drops of alcohol in, just isopropyl alcohol, it will take out brush marks and brush strokes from things as well. So that's what you want to do with that. Okay, so you can do that and it ends up crunchy. So if you put it in white, you'll end up with like crunchy snow. You can put it in sepia, you can put it in purple, but it just adds some kind of fun texture to that. And you could say you can use it through a stencil or things like that. Now that's liquid glass. With Alchemy Glaze, it's water-based, so we can play around with our dye and pigment re-inkers in it. And I'm going to unscrew this, tip some in here. I'm going to go through a couple of different stages to kind of show you the different things you can do it. And I mix up just a little bit. I don't mix up huge batches or anything like that. So I'm going to start off, and you can use any dye re-inker. So think of this more like a Mod Podge. I'm putting bubble gum in here because you know I'm all about my pink. And I'm going to mix it in. And again, it's going to dry translucent, so it's not going to dry opaque yet. I'm going to show you how to make it opaque. You can probably guess. So here, it makes like this beautiful stained gel. So say if you don't want it to be so streaky, just add a couple of drops of alcohol. But like, look how pretty that is to add that discount. And then once this is dry, I can spray my ink or I can ink blend over the top. And this becomes non-porous. So my dye ink will wipe straight off. So I can fill in this area. Or of course you can put the glaze over something you've already done. So say for instance, you've stamped an image or you've stenciled an image, you can go over the top with this, but you're going to want to then use the glass because the glass has more of an alcohol content and it's not going to move things around. But doing it this way, tomorrow we could go in and we can spritz with our misters or we can ink blend over the top and nothing's going to stick to any of this pink area. It's just going to go in between. So I can literally add black and you're never going to see it, which I think is really, really cool. Then you can take it a step further and you can make it opaque by adding some Snow Flurries re-inker. So a little squirt of Snow Flurries. And you see it'll lighten the color a little bit, but of course you can always add more re-inker to it as well. Hey everyone watching on YouTube. So you can see here now all of a sudden, and you can braille with this, you can use it on your gel press, all those kinds of things. So here, you can see now I have more of a translucent effect to it as well. So you can kind of keep going. The other thing you can do is add into both of these your kaleidoscope powders. I'm going to do just some more liquid glass and add a color to it without the texture in it. Hey, Denise. So we started off with liquid glass, which is the one you're going to use the alcohol with, and then this one is the Alchemy Glaze. And then I'm going to add my alcohol ink to it. And I'm also going to add some kaleidoscope to it. Now, you could also use your Tim Holtz sparkly alcohol inks. You could use your neons. That's going to give you that more pigment translucent. Or you can just add some white alcohol ink into it to make it more opaque. Okay, so you can do that yourself as well. And then I just grabbed a random swim brushes. Now I'm going to have a pink gold glitter glaze, shimmer glaze. And when this dries, it will have a beautiful iridescence to it. And all of these will dry as non-porous surfaces. So you can ink blend, spritz, stencil, spray, put paste over the top, all the things into all of these designs as well. So you can see like kind of how it starts to come together. So you can take all of these two here, the Alchemy Glaze and the liquid glass, and they're your perfect bases. So you can make any gel you want. As I say, it's acrylic based. So you can use it on your gel press. You can use it with stencils. You can use it, you're going to use the glass with anything alcohol based, and you're going to use the glaze with anything water based. So that's the difference between them. You can mix in the tinsels, you can mix in the snow iridescence, excuse me, you can mix in acrylic paint if you want something a little bit thicker and heavier, but If you want to add some translucency to your acrylic paint, just put a tiny bit in and it will make your acrylic paint far more gel-like. So it kind of has that like gel quality to it as well. Um, we can mix glitter into it. Glitter will shed a little bit. I'm going to show you some tips our Inky Retreat tomorrow for the easiest way to do that. You can mix the Starlight Elixir in. You can mix in Phantom Glow, the glow in the dark powder. You can mix in, I'm trying to think what else. Um, Trying to think. Anyone have any other ideas of things they might want to mix in? If you mix in your Cloud9 re-inkers, something like that, then you would obviously get more of that interference. If you make it black and mix in that Cloud9, you'll get that interference within the gel. So you can make like a black interference gel. Um, I'm trying to think what else. You can use these on dark cardstocks, light cardstocks, through stencils, gel press, all those kinds of things. So I think that pretty much gives you everything you need to know about, um, hello, everything you need to know about alchemy glaze and liquid glass and making gel effects. And then tomorrow, when these are dry, when these are dry tomorrow, I got like a second print on there. You can of course do that too. You can take everything that's on here and do that secondary print. I don't know if I have a like. I'm just gonna do it like this. See what I get. It's kind of all dried a little bit, but you see the idea of, we did those second generation prints the other day. So you can do that too. What else can you do? Really all the things like this. It's a pretty cool thing that you can use as a base. As I say, we're going to go like way, way deep into it tomorrow. I love all of these bases and kind of playing around with these things and doing all of that. So hopefully you all learned something tonight. What's your favorite mix-in for glazes? Or what's something you're excited to try mixing into glazes now that now you know more about these kinds of things and everything like that. I'm going to get the random number generator going while we're talking. And it's just a little Zoom room tonight, so you have a very high chance of winning. Megan says all the sparkles, snow flurries, all of it, Beverly, just all of it. Yeah, I love the Snow Flurries reinker because it instantly turns everything to be super opaque. And so you can take all those same mediums and same everything, and all of a sudden they become opaque, which I think is really, really cool. And it's just a nice, like, it's easy. It's just a bottle, but you can mix it with everything, with ink, with powders, with so many things to turn them into those kind of cool things as well. Lola likes to play with the kaleidoscope powders. Me too, Lola. And they're coming back. We're going to have new kaleidoscope powders and new colors. So some really fun things going on there as well. So let's pick our winner for tonight. It is Gifford. Hopefully I said that right. Let me add you to our sheet. It's here somewhere. I have everything about biochem. I guess Greg was Safe was studying. There it is. 10, 11. I need to do a batch on Monday. And I'll have all the ones from tomorrow as well. So if you've never come to one of our Inky retreats, we give away gift cards every hour, $25 gift cards every hour. So we'll be having lots of fun tomorrow. We'll be live 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You get 20% off the whole store, and we've got all kinds of Inky fun. So it's like Inktoberfest. We go way deeper and way deeper into techniques and mix-ins and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm super excited to be doing that tomorrow. And we have some fun stencils and all kinds of cool stuff. And the best heat embossing tool you've ever seen ever, I promise you. Like, I've tried all the brushes, I've tried the powder pounce of things. It's in my top drawer here. I've tried all of them and I couldn't get it to work, but I found something that does work. So we'll have that tomorrow. I'll be sharing all of those tips. So if you haven't got your tickets and you watch on YouTube, it's in the link description below, or you can go to hedgehoghollowstore.com, search classes, and everything will be there as well. So thank you so much for hopping on with me on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, definitely Saturday. Oh, thank you, Carol. I just caught up on the comment. She said you looked extra beautiful today. Anita says the sparkles and snow. Laurie says I need to try this as I haven't used my liquid glass yet. So, yeah, I can't wait. So I will see you all tomorrow morning, hopefully around 10 a.m. If you haven't got your tickets, go grab it. And then it is recorded as well, so you'll get a full recording. Don't forget to hit subscribe, ring the bell, thumbs up, all those fun things over on YouTube. And I will see you otherwise tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And we will be playing with these tags again to show you kind of like how to use the opposite of it. And I'm also be getting you to do some prep for your next tags. And we're kind of talking as next week, we're going to talk all about alcohol inks. So if you love alcohol inks as much as I do, then next week's going to be fun because we start using those plastic tags and the black tags and all those kinds of fun things. So I'll see you then.